We won't twist the knife.
His response was XD Raffle whoops.
A great response. And with that, we had the question before this game: will they ban the Ancient Apparition? It looked like they were contemplating because they took a while with the second ban, but in the end they say no.
They had to know that this was coming.
But they're gonna change it. Ember, Darkseer, taking it away from Ritsu, so they deny him his anti-mage. They also effectively deny the Ember Spirit. Other Ritsu go-to, Spectre, great with AA, potentially a little weak in the laning stage versus that Darkseer Ember though. So if they want a Spectre, they're really gonna have to be careful with how they set up the pick.
I really like the start of the draft already for HCWP. They're going to be able to have a much different flow to the game this time around. They decided, all right, you know what? We ended up getting wrecked last game. We ended up running that Alchemist. Let's change it up. Let's do something that we want to be effective with. This, if you take a look at this, I mean, they essentially knew what they were going to come into in 2 quick picks in succession. They have a new game plan, and so maybe they're going to be able to execute it this time around. And
yeah, that does give me confidence in at least the captain's mentality.
Yeah, that's actually
that he's not tilting.
Which is important and not something that always happens. I mean, a lot of the NA Dota players are pretty emotional, so I mean, if you think about like Fluff or like, I think Cloud9 is probably some of the least on that scale, but a lot of people on HCWP, a lot of people on a lot of rosters are extremely.
You look at this roster in HCWP,
yeah, and you're like, well,
pretty much.
But it seems like
pretty much everyone is known for tilting historically at some point or another.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
except for Justin, but he hasn't had time yet to get that reputation.
Mason appears to have matured a bit.
He has, yeah.
Although, you know, people can change, so.
Absolutely. Tusk picked up next afterwards for Cloud9 here. I think that this is just a great all-around hero. You're going to have a really strong possibility to... I mean, you know all these players right here. Is Ember Spirit, do you think, going to be played in that safe lane or the mid lane?
It'll most likely be Mason Ember.
Okay. He feels pretty comfortable on that hero most often.
If you want to run a mid, you really need to know the matchup first, because Ember loses.
He loses
most
matchups.
Most mid matchups. Okay.
I think he'll probably be safe lane.
But if they decide they don't know that for sure, and at high counts, generally any good team will leave the option open depending on how Cloud9 picks. So we will see. So they go AA into Tusk, as you mentioned. It's also just kind of a versatile opening that hides their true game plan. Like, you don't really know what Cloud9 want to do from these picks. Tusk can offlane, Tusk can roam. With the AA on his own, he can soak up experience early on. Like, there's just a lot of flexibility with how these heroes move around. One hero that's still available, guys, is the Alchemist.
Yeah.
And coming into this next phase...
little gun shy after last game, maybe.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
He's still a good hero. Like, he's still ridiculously good. But
I think it would be a good hero to ban out as well for HCWP, because if you end up giving that, there's obviously the synergy with the Ancient Apparition and everything there as well.
I don't think Brax really plays Alchemist, though.
Are you worried about the Brax? Yeah. No, he did play it, didn't
he? I've never seen him play it myself, at least.
He did play it versus the Wolves yesterday, right?
Oh, okay.
And he went for, like, a very
you're right. He
build.
went for the ganking build.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't register as, like, the same hero.
Right.
He's basically a different hero when you play it like that.
He went for, like, the
He
pure...
did Shadowblade, Medallion,
Medallion, Solar Crest, and he like, just helped his team.
It didn't
work. It did not seem as strong as the Radiance build.
I think the Queen of Pain here is a really great pick as well. All of these lanes seem like they can be potentially very strong. You got the Queen of Pain there that's going to be able to, you know, deal out a ton of damage magically, win most of the matches. Darkseer as well, he's going to be absolutely fine in his lane. So this is the potential to give the Ember Spirit a lot of farm. If they want to even, they can have somebody roam on over into the mid lane. And depending upon who they pick as the other support roaming, you're going to be able to... I mean, if it's like a fairly gankable hero over there, you can probably get a kill. Ember's relatively okay.
I think Justin's better on heroes like Quap and SF than Alk too.
Oh,
Spirit Breaker.
Good Spirit Breaker game.
Definitely.
Nobody's good at canceling charge here. Like, you can't Dragon Tail to cancel the charge. That doesn't work.
You can watch him go by and like maybe your hero will spin a little bit. I guess if you're in range for him, you can get him.
No reserve time used either at this point. They're very confident in their draft.
Scott definitely appears to have a very strong plan. I mean, this is a pretty standard lineup, though, when you think about meta heroes. And Spirit Breaker's a little bit unusual, but Fogged, I think, more prefers those heroes that you can use to win the other lanes with. He plays like heroes like Skywrath a lot, even though Skywrath isn't that common right now. He really likes to be active in the laning phase and try to win the other lanes, where Scott normally plays a little bit more reserved. He does a lot more of the pulling and stuff like that. So Spirit Breaker definitely does fit into that role, though.
This is a difficult Dragon Knight game. It's almost certainly a quap mid, and that is
it definitely is.
That is one of the few matchups where Dragon Knight just he normally loses the lane a bit, but
that's a
matchup where he gets demolished if you play it right.
Yeah.
This could be like a part of the game plan, get Justin into a matchup that should be very easily won. Low pressure, low stress.
This is a very high comfort hero for him too. Plays it a lot.
It should be for any
mid
player,
for any
honestly.
Mid-player, yeah.
Quap, right?
Anyone who plays pubs, play quap.
What's the 4th pick here for Cloud9?
Oh, Bane.
I guess it might be a Bane, guys.
It's certainly a possibility.
Brilliant prediction, LD.
What do you think of Bane? I don't like Bane, personally. I mean, he seems like
he's very hit or miss. Like
some games he's amazing,
some games he's great,
some games he's terrible.
But exactly. I guess that's more. It's
we
not
saw,
that he's bad. It's just when he's bad, he's horrible.
Was it NIP ran him and they had an Alk mid and a tiny safe lane earlier? It was one of the teams we saw, and it was amazing because he'd just sleep. It would. Oh, I think it was Monkey Business, and they get an avalanche toss. That was a free kill in the safe lane. Rotate on mid, sleep. Alk charges the stun. That's a free kill with the acid spray. But
if
you don't have good follow up,
I think when you pick Bane, you have to have you either have to have like a Potom or even an Alk is fine. You need a really strong follow up.
He can also cancel charge. So he's good for that.
I think the other thing here is just later game, if you end up going on in with a smoke gank, you have the potential to immediately take the Queen of Pain out of the situation. These heroes are hard to gank, so that single target lockdown I think is really solid
the Ember.
here.
They're both very
totally
elusive in general. That's a good point.
That's very true. So this last support should be...
you want to range support someone who's decent presence, because you're up against the Tusk and you're running Ember safe lane, so you can't get too greedy with this.
Yeah.
For all you know, it could be like a Tusk Bane dual lane, and that's just going to destroy an Ember and a weaker support.
I think a Dazzle would be great here, potentially, being able to make sure that Ember stays alive a little bit longer. A lot of these heroes want to get off these spells, and I'm
afraid of picking Dazzle, though, after how well T-Bin played the AA last game.
I don't think
that's a good
point,
Dazzle. Actually.
What else could they go for? Silencer.
Interesting. This is a little bit scary with Tusk. I think he has a potential to get caught out in lane, although maybe the curse there you're going to be able to keep him back a little ways.
So does Ritsu play? Do you risk the Spectre this game? What else does he play?
I don't think you can play Spectre this game, can you?
Does he play Slark? Seems like a Ritsu.
Oh, I don't. It seems like a good pick here.
I think Sven seems pretty solid potentially.
They do play Sven quite a bit.
Sven versus Darkseer is kind of tough.
Any melee hero is pretty rough.
5 seconds remaining.
So.
Ooh.
Lone Druid.
This is a curveball.
Very interesting.
I've seen a few Lone Druid picks lately. I have to say they have not been looking. They have not looked very impressive. But
ZYZZ was the only one that I saw that actually went well. From Complexity.
They won that game.
I mean, yeah, they barely won that game though, I guess.
But I don't feel like the Lone Druid was the reason why they won.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, he's my namesake. I would love to see him perform.
I wonder if they're going to aggro tri-lane this out of Cloud9 and put Lone Druid solo in the...
Sorry, what was that?
I wonder if they're going to aggro tri-lane this and then put Lone Druid in the solo safe lane.
They definitely could. Because what is the safe lane here? It's an Ember Silencer Spirit Breaker? That's a terrible tri-lane.
I feel like Spirit Breaker might even go on up to the top lane and be with Darkseer until they get levels.
If High Council expect that, they might try to dodge.
Yeah, there's a possibility that High Council just loses this game in 10 minutes, though.
Yeah.
If the laning phase goes
Greg,
really bad.
I love your optimism.
I'm just saying.
Great motivational manager.
They can't
Unbiased.
hear me.
Tri-laning is risky, though, because they're running very level-dependent supports. If you tri-lane with AA,
it looks like they're just going to take the safe
and you don't get early kills, then you've almost lost the game outright.
That's true, yeah.
It's not like they have a Shaker or hero that can have an impact without farm.
They send the Tusk out right away. Block on out.
There are 3 mangoes in this game.
Ooh, yeah.
Is that more than you expected?
Wait, hold on.
There's only 2.
Never mind, there's only 2.
Peanut
Holy
butter
shit,
mango
Greg.
time.
How did you count 3? Was the bear of a mango?
1, 2, 3.
Next level
That
mango
passive
usage.
regen? Oh, yeah.
Plus, of course, he can use his spells for the level 1.
Have you ever seen a Ritsu LD before?
I have not, no.
I haven't either.
I can do some research Reno.
That Dota. Pretty good.
Shit.
Bear is hanging out off to the side now. Is he gonna... I guess he's
Trying to pull the creeps.
Okay. Absolutely no problem. It does look like they're going to be set up to take this top rune over here.
He's trying to pull the creeps. He's just trying to scout and see like where High Council is.
Yeah, they're going to know to keep the bottom.
All right, no bounty rune madness last game. I feel like the first 10 minutes of the cast was entirely like, oh, is Out going to get a bounty rune? No. It's not going to get a bounty rune.
It really is interesting how much you changed the way that the game plays just by that one hero.
He has never played Lone Druid in an official.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Pulling out all the stops here.
Crucial match for both teams, guys. Cloud9 with a win here, punch their ticket into the playoffs and likely into the major based on how Group B's looked thus far.
Look at the courier dodge. Bane was hanging out over here to the middle lane, and they were able to go on over. And
he's got the above average base move speed. Very easy to snipe the courier if he finds it.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough lane here mid for Dragon Knight.
I mean, this is a pretty textbook, like, you get dumpstered lane if you're DK, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, this...
You should lose this lane very badly.
Like, very badly. I mean...
You could sit back and model Crow a bit against most heroes, but a well-played Quap, that's a hero that can actually threaten and kill the DK.
Exactly. Level, like, 4, level 5, I feel like Brax could easily die. He might even die earlier if he's not careful.
But if the Bane rotates, they could easily get a kill, which I think is part of why they wanted the Bane.
Bleak dropping low already and already had to use one of his salves, I think, and now it's just going to try and tango back up. I think he brought 2 with him to lane, potentially.
So probably looking at the lanes, the biggest reason I think they pick Lone Druid here is because they don't want to get run over by the Darkseer off lane. And especially with what we're seeing now, the potential for a dual lane. Like, let's say they pick a Spectre. Spectre versus a Darkseer Spiritbreaker is going to get run over. So it's maybe not what they ideally wanted, but it's a somewhat necessary response to the Darkseer pick.
Oh, this is looking a little bit dangerous right here. You need to be careful. Darkseer, I mean, Bane he actually hasn't skilled anything yet, so only level 1, I think it's okay.
Yeah, neither has the Spiritbreaker, actually.
They don't have Cold Feet, though, so there's really no way to get a kill at this stage. They have no disable until they get entangled.
That is kind of a cool combo there, being able to Cold Feet into Nightmare. I hadn't thought about that.
Justin doing a good job mid. As he should.
Yeah, I mean, he should definitely continue just putting pressure on Brax here, trying to make Brax miss as many last hits as possible. God, he's definitely doing that.
It's so difficult.
I mean, this lane does get easier eventually, but like the first couple levels are so brutal too. You have like more levels in Dragon's Blood with regen. I mean, the biggest issue is you get Shadow Strike and he just right clicks you like 3 times.
All right, here comes the charge.
They're actually going to try to kill him, but
there's
no
has
way
the
to
bottle.
do this. Yeah.
That's level 2.
I think Justin only has like 1 level of Scream. Yeah, he only has 1 level of Scream, so they can't kill him.
He does have Ion Shell on him as well, but that's about to wear off.
So looking at the Radiant safe lane, off to a great start here, Mason. Oh, hello, buddy.
And
oh, the insta-bash follow-up.
Looking
Looking
get another
for more.
one.
Oh,
Another one.
Can he get another? Another?
One more. It doesn't even matter. Oh, he's going to deny to Ancient.
No!
Oh, my God.
Well played.
Bleak. So unlucky. First, you think he's super lucky, and then you
And
realize
he just misses like 4 in a row.
Yeah. You realize that second bash makes 1437 have to deny himself, and also pushes him towards the camp to do it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
MSS,
But
though.
High Council get a first blood elsewhere as they are bouncing back super nicely.
very well done there.
They're having an excellent laning stage. Lone Druid the only one farming well, as you would expect. Quap dominating DK, and Mason doing a really good job here.
I think this is a pretty good recipe for success here for HCWP because honestly, they lose their lanes a lot, and sometimes, and usually, you know, not usually, but occasionally still win those games. So if they win their lanes with the Quap, I think Justin can easily put enough pressure on this game to tilt it in their favor.
Yeah. At the same time, for Cloud9, looking at their draft, you don't pick DK expecting to win the mid lane. You pick it. You pick it to take towers. You pick it to.
I mean, they do have Lone Druid and DK. Like, they can just group up.
And High Council actually don't have good D-push until later.
Yeah,
Ion Shell is not reliable D-push.
Until Ember has more items.
Ember with just levels has no damage. Like he needs the Battle Fury, or maybe a Maelstrom if Mason's feeling hipster. And you've got Silencer, no D-push. Spiritbreaker, no D-push. So, although the lanes are going really well, they still have to be careful about getting cocky or overextending, because those fed kills that lead to an earlier like, BKB or mech, or even Radiance AC, whatever Ritsu wants to go for, can easily cost them in the mid game.
I wonder what build Ritsu's going to go this game.
Yeah.
He's got
maybe
Midas.
Naked Relic is also possible, though that's super
like
greedy.
My thought with the DK here as well is that he just goes for some items where he can actually have some pushing power. It seems like that's sort of the lineup that they want to go once you end up getting a combo there with the Dragon Knight ulti coming up. I mean, I don't think that they necessarily have to do that. I like their potential as it goes a little bit later, but if you're relying on DK as your main source of damage, like I think they need damage out of this lone druid. It's a little bit tough to have that strictly come from your DK.
Bleak's doing a little bit of scouting in the jungle. Salves up. Really wants to go on Brax. Teleports up on 3 Cloud9 heroes. They are extremely ready for a tower dive.
Ooh, looks like mid lane Bleak. I don't know if he's gonna go for it here.
There's 3 TPs on C9. This is.
I'm
I'm not sure if they
go for
realize
this
it,
until
but
Quap has
that's
6.
suicide if they do.
Quap needs, oh, he actually does have 6.
He's
But he
waiting for level 8 for the ult.
Alright, let's
Apparently, I'm
see.
blocking my mic.
Get your shit.
Sorry, chat.
Greg, get your shit together.
Get your shit.
Dang it.
Oh no.
Top lane,
Is there gonna be a root? Root.
waiting for the opportunity. It's just gonna be
No
Ice
root.
Vortex slowing down.
Demon prays to the gods. He is rewarded 1 root. He dies there.
They did end up using Chilling Touch there as well, so a little bit good amount committed. Ooh, might be able to get a courier
Oh,
snipe.
wow. Oh, that's the Midas.
Oh
Midas
my
recipe.
goodness, that would have been the play. And
he
now they
doesn't
also know
one-shot
that
the
Bleak
courier.
is here as well, and Dragonite's gonna be playing super careful now.
All right. I mean, I guess it's Ritsu. Shouldn't surprise us. He's getting a Midas. He'll probably get a Radiance next.
Probably.
This guy likes items.
All right, charge coming in now. Ancient Apparition needs to beware. We have 3 heroes up here onto this side. Queen of Pain with the Invis as well as her ulti. Just to break off the charge now, but
SVG is an easy kill if they find him.
I think
the
that they know
Pain's
he's
coming
here.
out. They know, but they've also rotated in the Tusk.
Yeah, this is going to be some right-click damage here. This is going to be a dead Bane in a
Iron
second.
Shell should
Oh,
just kill him.
there's the Nightmare.
Oh, he made
Actually,
a path.
Has the charge. SVG
God.
caught out. Now Justin joining the fight. Has the ultimate, but gets caught out. Potentially going to be picked off. He blinks back to try and hide on. Gets the ult. It only hits the Bane, though. Not the best ult, but still the damage here is enormous. And they will follow up on the MSS. Scream coming through. It's Ritsu. Bleak. Just doing work in these fights.
the root, if they hadn't got that root on the Darkseer, he would have been able to get out of there also. And following that up, the Queen of Pain, really nice there to save that ulti until the last second. Tosses it out. Really solid.
Bleak's ready to go again.
I'm back, boys.
This is what they were lacking last game, though, is a hero that runs around and actually
Does stuff.
takes action. Alchemist sat mid and farmed. Weaver just sat and farmed all game long. Demon tried to do it on Tusk, but they were too easily able
Oh,
to
they're going to
punish
try to
it.
kill him. They're going to get him. He's dead.
Look at the aggression from the High Council.
This is good for them. I mean, this is the way they prefer to play.
He has no resummon for a minute as well.
The thing I'll say here is that this has given Dragonite a little bit of space to apply pressure to the tower. So level 1 Dragon form, going to be able to do a good amount here. Oh man, they're diving deep for Android 18. Ends up taking him out. Bane gets the kill there in the end. Brain sap abound.
What was Mason doing behind the tier 1 tower?
I don't know. They're
Creating
hanging out.
space.
Creating space. It doesn't have... Does he have another item or something somewhere? He doesn't
You
have a lot
mentioned
of
there
farm.
the fact that they didn't really have anybody who was going to be able to do much in the last game. I think that's mainly by virtue of the fact that they had those 2 defensive supports. And now they got supports that want to move around and really make this happen. I mean, Winter Wyvern and Dazzle aren't going to be able to make pressure in the other lanes, and these heroes definitely can. So they need to keep this up throughout the course of this game. Like, have Silencer, once he ends up getting 6 here especially, actually take part in these ganks and make it happen.
Ulti's coming up for Justin in another 30 seconds. I think they're going to... I mean, they should try to gank as often as possible with this Quap. As soon as Ulti's up, they should try to probably kill Ritsu again.
He's jungling. Map doesn't feel very safe right now. Only seeing Demon top and Justin. The main hero he's not seeing is this old fella.
Big old space cow.
Yeah, Chad.
Chad's trying to get 6, it looks like.
Yeah, should have it fairly soon. He might also be going Midas.
I think that's probably Treads. I mean, he could, but it seems a little bit strange to me.
I would normally agree, but this is NA Dota.
Everyone
Fair
buys
enough.
Midases and
On everyone.
none of the rules make sense. Oh, that's a nice stack.
All right, TP's coming on in now. I don't know if they see this one. Dragonite's here. That's going to be immediate stun. Bleak dropping low. That's a kill. Instantly. They cancel the other TP. They don't need it.
Root?
Oh, God.
Root? 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 Oh.
Able to get away.
Ritsu is no Bulldog.
Dragon Tail was on off cooldown as well, so they could have, if they just got a little bit closer, taken him on out there.
That was pretty
They
dangerous.
used to fortify there for some reason. They're pushing mid.
Oh, they're getting siege mid.
Oh, mid, okay.
Now Justin here.
But now they won't have it for the real damage, unfortunately, which is the Dragonite, so...
He's going to go for an Orchid now as well. Kind of an interesting one. I feel like this is mainly to deal with that Tusk.
It's also good versus AA. Helps him gank Bane.
Yeah.
Bane's actually pretty hard to
Yeah,
gank
that's a good
before
point
you have an
too.
Orchid.
You can also really shut down the Tusk saves as well with an Orchid.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of upsides to this game.
definitely.
They also have Global Silence soon, which we have not really talked about that much.
It's especially good if you see like the big AA Ice Blast fights coming. Like say they smoke, they snowball. Normally you want to follow that up with an Ice Blast, and if someone doesn't die, go from there. Oh, good defensive sleep. SVG dodging the charge as a result, and now jumping forward as Macy gets the chance. It's only on one. The follow-up. Another strikes there, and the Quap Bolt over the top. Justin nails 2, making the score 6-3. And with the DD rune, they're going to push. Cloud9 just getting punished early on.
Really good. Being able to get those on your Queen of Pain as well as your Ember Spirit. A whole lot of kills as well as the mid tower. Everything is looking up for them right now. You take a look at the net worth currently, 1,500 for them. EXP as well, sitting about the same.
I think it's like Greg said. First of all, pressuring Cloud9 is really important, and they're doing it. They're doing a great job. The other thing is that
Justin's clearly more comfortable on this hero as well.
Yeah, I think Justin's more comfortable with that, and Cloud9 just do not feel that comfortable with their setup.
I mean, he's never played Lone Druid in official, which doesn't mean he's never played it in a scrim or anything, but obviously it's not going to be as comfortable as like Zam or something like that. But he seems to be doing okay.
Darkseer's going to have his mech now as well.
He needs a better root button.
Like they're ready to start to push
He
back
needs
a little bit.
Route, yeah.
I feel like Cloud9 now they're wanting to potentially push down these towers, but with a mechanism up on the Darkseer, it becomes a lot harder to do that. Particularly now that you have Global Silence up, you're going to have a Quap ulti in
another
60
tier 1
seconds. Yeah, it's just across the board.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe, you're mentioning they want to push, but High Council are the ones pushing right now.
Yeah.
They're off to a great start. 2 towers already down for the Radiant.
Are they going to defend this bot tower, or are they just going to push top more? I don't really see a reason to defend this, do you?
They don't have good vision.
They don't have Quap ulti. They don't actually really know what's going on down there. I think you probably just let that tower
They just
die.
have the one ward.
Like, they're using DK ulti. There's a lot of heroes down there. This could be bad, actually, if they try to defend it.
Well, or it could be amazing when they find 1437 on his own. Bleak charging.
Bleak's charging not to him.
They're ready.
Going on to Brax, cancels the charge, looks for another strike, decides to back the
Now
bear.
he sees so many heroes there.
They do end up catching him with the ice shards, but they're just going to back out now. So tier 1 tower down. Does look like Fog's still hanging out up top lane a little bit.
They had global, so they could have dove that, but they wouldn't have gotten a kill quickly enough before the global wore off. So
it wouldn't have been a good initiation either. Like they didn't really have any way to jump forward and catch them and bring them back. The best that they could have gotten was chains on a couple heroes, and then maybe follow up with Darkseer. But it seemed a little bit. I think it was a really good decision for them to back up.
They don't need to force the issue. It's not Cloud9 don't have a crazy late game, and High Council know they're winning right now. So I like the way they're playing. Very, very safe. It's actually to me Cloud9 who are the ones that need to make plays and be aggressive.
Might be dead here.
Speaking of which,
he seems to know this is happening. Mason has such good game sense. I mean, he's just a really experienced player.
I mean, the only person shown on the map was the DK mid lane, getting charged down as well. Quap ulti used. Maybe going to be able to make his way away from this one.
No, he's very dead.
Nicely done.
Snowball? Is he? Yeah, he's going the wrong way. But the Ice Blast maybe can turn this one around. They join with the Ember, and they're going to lose MSS as well. They decide not to just sack Brax, and it cost them 2.
This game's
looking really bad.
Really bad for Cloud9 because the Lone Druid takes so many items. Does he still have a mango? The Ember?
No, he used it. He used it or something.
And they're just going to go straight down mid right now. They're not afraid. I mean, right now on the Darkseer, you still have... I mean, he used the mechanism.
They have global now, too. They've not used yet this game.
They're probably going to pull out, wait for the XP and... Or not XP, excuse me. Mana to be back up on their heroes. Like, Darkseer's pretty much out. He does have Vacuum Wall, but he's completely out of mana and doesn't have his mechanism for another 20. So I think, again, just showing great restraint, making sure they don't push the issue too much, but take the fights when they have the chance to.
I wonder, I mean, I think Vogt is probably just going to continue pushing these lanes out, even though he's going to die for it eventually.
He wants the Midas as well.
He wants the Midas, or even if he could build towards like an Ags. There's a lot of really good items on Silencer. Just really high game impact items. Do you think he's going to go for the Midas, though?
I do.
Yep, there we go. 14 minutes.
We should,
buy
instead of doing
Midas.
mangoes
We
for
should
NA,
do
we should
Midas.
do Midas.
That's true.
Midas, like, I feel like you can just make a category of like greedy items.
Farming,
like,
yeah,
Midas,
like
Radiances, and Battle
Fury,
Furies.
yeah.
And you can do an over/under on it for any NA game, and it's probably like
4 to 5.
I'd say the like 3 is like the lowest I've seen.
Yeah. So over would be like 4 to 5. Maybe probably like
Yeah.
5 or 4.5.
I feel like Do you guys think Shadowblade or Blink Dagger on this DK here next up?
They don't have a hero to run around creating space. Like Tusk is
What are you
okay.
gonna? Who are you gonna? If you're
That's just the
Dragon Knight,
issue
though,
with
who are
one
you gonna
druid.
kill?
Yeah.
Like you can't kill Darks here. You're probably not gonna kill the Ember. Quap is kind of the only one that you might be able to kill.
Yeah.
And I guess Silencer, but he is global.
And if you end up getting jumped on somebody, then you're gonna end up getting globaled afterwards. And
Rex might go for Midas too.
oh god.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Blink.
Yeah, Blink. Okay, that's a good item. That accomplishes what the Shadowblade does, except it's safer and more reliable. So
Yeah.
that I like. Cause
I like it better because it's a little bit better to initiate the team fights.
and it's an instant disable, more not quite instant, but very close to it, versus Queen of Pain and Ember. And you need the lockdown because what else do they have? A Bane with no blink or mobility.
Right.
So it gives them
Richie
a chance.
is actually going Radiance.
Oh jeez.
Midas Radiance.
Oh,
This
man.
this to me is actually a fairly common and not like ultra greedy lone druid build, especially with their draft, because they don't have anyone else.
He is
who's
farming well, though. I
much
think
of a
they should
carry.
prioritize killing Ritsu.
Yeah, they're just prioritizing occupying the enemy jungle.
Yeah.
Taking away the farm from all of them. Why not? I
They're-
mean, you're gonna be able
They're
to.
so far ahead. I think they know it as well.
Lone Druid here. He's playing a little bit safe. Does see the rotation over from the Darkseer. Doesn't want to end up getting caught out over here.
Mason's farming a lot and getting a lot done on
Midas
the map.
Space
All right.
Cow.
Classic NA Dota.
jeez. What the heck is going on in this game?
I mean, as much as we joke about it, if you know that you're ahead and they're not going to be making any big plays in the next like 3 to 5 minutes,
It's pretty good.
normally the Midas is a good pickup. Spiritbreaker benefits from the attack speed. Levels are nice on the hero. I like the Midas this game. And I like it on Fogged as well. Just because Silencer is just terrible at
Right.
farming and really benefits from items.
Yeah.
But it is funny how like every is just Midas.
Like
AA is
Midas.
getting a Midas. Let's get a Radiance. The Bear's got one. We've got 4
So are there
Midases
6
and a
this
Radiance
game?
already.
And there's going to be a Battle Fury for sure.
Yeah, so that's going to be 4 Midases, a Radiance, a Battle Fury, possibly 2 Battle Furies.
Brack's waiting here for the lane to push on up. Might be able to jump forward.
Justin's the only
over
one
here.
concentrating on farming heroes.
Oh, there comes the charge.
No wards that are going to spot this. Well, he stops it. They're going
Bane.
too far back.
Oh, Bane is coming on over as well. They're going to come and try and catch out the Ember while this is happening.
Does he have
Blink.
a remnant?
Has the stun. Didn't have Flame Guard up either.
Oh, he has
God,
Remnant.
Global. Keeping him alive.
Big plays.
That was about to be a nightmare as well.
Fogged Dota coming up clutch.
Really good reaction.
Well, that's why you picked global, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
already
a quarter
paid
of
for
a
itself.
second later there, and the Ember dies.
Yep. Him living there is actually a pretty big deal. I mean, they committed a lot to that gank.
Yeah.
They were down there for a while.
Yeah, Dragon Knight was down there a long time, so the person that's supposed to be farming jump forward, able to catch
This
Walrus
is
Punch.
very greedy. He's still going to get the kill.
Ooh.
He's
Oh.
dead, though, unless you can bail him out.
Oh!
Oh, so close.
Oh, catch off to the side. Ice shards. maybe
Mason
turn
needs to
around.
get into this fight.
Oh, jeez. That's
Or
going to
just
be a
leave.
curse down. And
Mason needs to get out of this
Yeah,
fight.
leave the fight. Before the spirit.
They want to.
breaker
If they're
died.
gonna take a team fight, they really want to do it with the Darkseer, and unfortunately, he's not in position. Oh!
Oh my god, he can't believe that shit.
That hurts.
That's a pretty nice gold swing into Cloud9's favor at the end of that one. You lose the Quap and the Spirit Breaker. I mean, they ended up not being able to take out the Ember, but get a little bit of a consolation kill at the end.
That was just an incredibly aggressive blink. I mean, mistakes here or there are definitely fine for High Council. They've got double Midas, Ember Battle Fury coming soon. Darkseer is a good farmer.
I mean, they are delaying. He did delay the AO Midas with that, too. And he knew. I mean, I'm sure they're thinking, like, last game we got wrecked by that, so we should probably keep that Ags under control.
Yes, that item is dirty.
Just broken as all hell on AA.
In this game, he actually set up. What did he even have last game? He had a
He
TA,
basically had nothing. He could just hit
Ember.
every single Ice Blast.
Yeah, that was silly.
TA and Ember, and I forget
He
what the
had
supports were.
Earthshaker too, I think. That was a pretty solid one.
Yeah. But you never really saw like a big.
Yeah, there wasn't
Earthshaker.
like a big setup. He kind of just like kept hitting them with Ice Blast.
Yeah, he would just like, yeah, I can hit you in the side chop. Yeah, I can hit you at the Ancients. Yeah, I can hit you if you try to walk towards the Roche Pit. Yeah, maybe at the Fountain as well. Just so you know that I am God.
I'm here.
Put so much
I
fear
see
in
all.
there.
I know all. I can protect all.
Well, when we talked about it too, the fact that they didn't end up banning it out, I think that they've shown here now that they've been able to respond to it, despite the fact that it was so detrimental to them last time around.
All right, 20 minutes. Midas Radiance.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not the fastest time ever, but he's doing a pretty good job here, considering the death. And it's more than the death, it's the loss of map control and the fact they haven't gotten towers. They've gotten 1 tower at 20 minutes with a Lone Druid and Dragonite.
What is Demon doing?
Battle Fury coming out for second for here. Oh!
That global
There's
making
no
the difference.
wall.
He does have the wall. He's not dropping
he
it
putting
just
it
yet.
on?
And now coming in from behind is Mason. They're going to turn back, focusing on Fog. They kill him off, but at
Justin's
what
dying
cost?
with a double damage Dragonite. They can't kill the Dragonite.
Oh, God, so much damage. Fire as well. He just got his Battle Fury. Ends up getting taken down. Now Queen of Pain trying to run as well. We do have the charge forward. Just away. He's trying to make his
They
way
didn't
out of
use
there.
any abilities on the Dragonite. He just sat there with the DD and right-clicked everyone.
Oh, God.
Ideally, you want Bleak locking him down.
Well, that's a tier 1 tower gone. That's a lot of gold swinging back their direction. Like, they're still in a good spot, I feel like, right now, but they can't take too many more fights like that. Otherwise, it's really going to go bad. BKB almost up for DK as well at this point, and a Mechanism up on the Tusk.
Didn't they? They buffed Aegis on Lone Druid, right? So when you respawn in bear form now?
Yes.
Rather than the human form?
Well, you respawn in whatever form you were in.
Yeah,
so
well,
bear form,
right.
probably.
So normally you're in bear form.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the big thing there is now they have a decent shot at going into the Roche Pit relatively soon. Global's on cooldown for a bit. They also got rid of the tier 1s mid and bottom. We'll see what Bleak's up to. Going deep. 1437. Surprise! No Midas.
Done. Oh, bottom lane, though. Taking a good amount of damage. The Silencer might end up going down despite the silence up on the Dragonite. Right clicks a bound. One more, he got his Midas off. Worth.
Damn it.
With this bounty rune here, it's going to be the BKB up for Brax, though, at this point. So, should be able to get that one up.
They only have... Well, they have Quap Bolt and they have Spirit Breaker. It's a good BKB game. It blocks a lot of the damage and just lockdown that High Council relies on.
I wonder if they're gonna save the global every fight until he uses the BKB.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, if you're getting gone on, though, you really need to be able to break up some of these combos.
Yeah, that's the problem, is if you do that, you might just lose the fight.
Look at this. Ritsu. That efficiency. Stealing creeps from the enemy woods just to limit their farm.
Why not? A-Blast coming in. It's going to hit onto Ember, but...
Nope, missed him, actually.
No debuff.
Okay. No
So
debuff,
close.
even. Thought I got the debuff. Huh.
It's a weird hitbox on that ability, kind of.
Yeah, it's also part of it's the isometric perspective where
Yeah.
it's like when you'll see a ward and you think that it's in... Like a sentry's in range of an observer, and it's actually not just because of the angle you're looking at it.
Right. All right, 2 heroes up top now.
Justin needs to get out of here.
Spirit Breaker charged
Scott
through.
is behind enemy lines. What's happening right now? There's 3 heroes here. They can't go.
They're
on
hoping
this.
to just find like
Yeah, I think
they
they're
have the lane wards. They're like, maybe someone will run in on their own.
There's 4 dire heroes up here, though. I hope they don't go for this. Yeah, they're TPing.
This is another big change with the bear. Being able to TP at home rather than have to run home and recall it. So you could just instantly heal it. That makes a big difference.
I feel like Quap might be going for Ags here as well pretty soon. About
It's a good
1,000
egg
gold
team. You've
away.
got Vacuum, Ember over the top with Sleight of Fist.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Battle Fury's done. He has the other stuff on the courier, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the second Battle Fury's almost
might be a
Yeah.
Lincoln.
done. Probably a Lincoln's.
Lincoln's for the Bane.
Bane,
Definitely.
DK.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of targeted abilities beyond those hard stuns. Nightmare and Brain Sap, I guess. They actually have Enfeeble. Never mind.
Yeah, and Feeble kind of wrecks that a
Enfeeble's
little
pretty
bit.
good against Lycans.
Sinai with some really good positioning here. Dragonite jumping in, but right as the bear gets recalled, and suddenly Brax is in too deep. Miscommunication from Cloud9. They have a global available. Bleak getting caught out. The BKB comes from Brax, and they just bash their way right through the Spirit Breaker. Now Demon jumps in, gets off the back, drops the wall as well. The Quap Bolt only hitting on the Dragonite. It looked like maybe on MSS, but did not do enough damage. In any case, now a Sleight of Fist through. Fiend's Grip getting canceled, but
They're outta
Cloud9
here.
still winning this fight, courtesy of the... Oh, what a time! He just managed to get off the stun. Demon jumping back, though.
Lose 2 at the end. I don't know if this is enough for them to push forward. I think that they're just going to go back and call this one good and maybe
They
go on
don't
in
have
to take
enough
Roshan.
damage to kill all these Cloud9 heroes. Mason needs another item.
I think that the Ags is going to help a lot on Queen of Pain. That's going to be one of the key components and what they rely on
Agreed.
for now.
They also need Daedalus on the Ember, I would
Yeah.
say. And the other thing in that fight, that global was a bit late. Like, when Spiritbreaker charges in like that, you just global right as he's about to arrive. Darkseer blink vacuums walls on top of it. But it seemed like some of High Council were maybe not expecting the Dragon Knight to stick around, because Brax actually blinked in there.
He went afterwards. He waited until the DK popped his BKB, so the DK did get silenced at the end of all of that.
It's still worth using it earlier, in my
Yeah.
opinion, just so that like 1437 can't Ice Blast, because
I'd agree.
that was what got Bleak killed.
Brax now getting chased. Another strike
Gonna
as
kill
well
him.
as another one.
BK.
Aegis
What a
coming
beast.
out.
Oh my god.
This Dragon Knight is a real problem.
Bleak's dead too.
How often have you
He's
seen a
actually
Dragon
just
Knight with a
too
blink
farmed.
and a BKB just man up on
How does he
everything?
have 6 kills?
They need to stop ganking him.
Yeah.
The play now for HCWP is split push with Queen of Pain Ember, stall the game, farm, wait for fights where you know where they are and are isolated, and then go in. But running at Brax, especially when there's a tier 2 on both mid and bottom in the area, that's a recipe to feed.
Hey, with the 26-minute Midas, no real problem at all. They're just going to be able to take on Roshan now, and got a lot of damage coming out. Like the last time that they ended up running him as well, he had a DD rune up on the Dragon Knight. So this time, he had a little bit of help. Like they almost caught him out, but with the backup so close, it was just a little bit too much.
Wait, the change to Druid, that does not affect... Does it affect Dragon Knight? Does he come back as a dragon?
I don't
No.
think
I don't
so.
think
That
so, right?
seems
That was all
pretty-
specifically Lone Druid?
And Medusa as well with the Mana Shield. Those were
Okay.
the two.
Okay. Yeah, I was pretty sure, because
That seems
seems
good.
pretty ridiculous, actually.
Yeah.
But,
Don't need the ulti to use the ulti. That'd be pretty
I
crazy.
mean, here I am. I can't even remember 6.82 changes, so
Armlet picked up now.
let
on the
alone
DK.
6.85.
Oh, this is really scary now.
This DK is gonna have like 2k HP.
This also tells me
turns
that he
Armlet
wants to
on.
try and end it now. Like they want to really push their luck if they can, because Armlet, well, it's really
They don't have
good.
enough damage to kill Ritsu and DK. They both have 2,000 HP.
Yeah, they're really tanky right now. Like it doesn't scale super well into the late game, but it's going to be really effective right now, particularly with that Vit booster on top of it.
So Midas did come out for AA on the back of that fight. Gets close to level 2 Ice Blast. Pretty nice.
Bane has BKB now too. He's had it for a little bit. Needs to wait until after global.
They also have Nether Strike.
Right.
Or technically Charge.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a very tense push here for Cloud9. HCWP look like they're not really interested in defending it though.
Oh, mid lane. Fog dropping really low. The jump forward by Brax.
That is very bad.
No.
So they have no
So
ulti
did
now.
I guess he ran down to cast the last word.
He was up at the tier 3, but
Oh, you know
Brax
what? I
realized
think
it.
T-Bin dropped an Ice Vortex, and it scouted Fogged on the high ground, and then Brax
Oh.
just jumped him. That's unfortunate. And
Brax
around
is
that
playing
time,
like
they
a
also had
monster
a
this
Hill
game.
Ward, so maybe it was the Hill Ward that saw him. But now Demon jumps in, looks for the back wall. He does get insta-stunned by Brax, who was ready for this because of the Hill Ward. And they're going to lose the Darkseer, has to buy back instantly. And now onto the racks. Cloud9 seizing the momentum of this game after a great start by High Council.
They just don't have enough damage.
Oh, vacuum catches onto one.
They
Charge
really
in
don't.
on
That's
Brax.
a 3-hero charge, but literally does no damage as Demon, desperately trying to save Bleak, still holds the ultimate. Cloud9 are content with this. They get the melee racks, they take the tower, and they back the hell away.
This is really good. Cautious play right now by Cloud9, not wanting to push their luck too far, and it's looking a little bit bleak. HCWP.
That's,
What are you doing?
did you put one of his chips in there?
How many are you throwing
Oh,
in
you're
there?
giving us chips because you liked it?
What? No, that
You put a
we're
black
not
and
on
a
teams
red.
anymore. No, I tried to put 2 reds, but the other one fell.
Like, you didn't even ask or discuss it, Greg. You just fucking grab the chips and just throw them in the jar.
Making a bleak joke is like almost as bad as making like the dire joke. They're in a dire situation. That
great. But they're on
that
Radiant.
bleak
I just
around
like
the
the way
same
you went
level.
about it. That was a classic Gerg moment.
Throw a chip in the jar. Make my
You
own
didn't even
decisions.
you didn't even say anything. You're just like fuck off.
So DK, does he? I feel like Heart might be the next option for him here. Maybe it's just the casual Vit booster.
The Octarine Dragon Knight.
Oh, that's definitely it.
Oh my god! If he builds an Octarine,
I feel like I have seen that before, actually, though.
that can't be good.
No way.
I could be wrong about that. Do we have any stats on
I'm
that
sure
one,
somewhere
potentially?
in the world, someone in a pub has done it, but that doesn't mean that it's good.
That doesn't mean it's
That's a
good.
good point. Maybe I'm thinking of. I might be thinking of Bloodstone.
That seems equally horrible on Dragon Knight. I don't know. I mean, I think you just get Vit booster. You don't even need to get a heart. I don't think. I think you just get like Chrysalis or Daedalus or something.
Yeah, Lone Druid's gonna get the AC, so Brax is. If he gets a heart though, he's already got. Look at his armor. 26 armor.
Does he really need more HP?
Well, it's just so good with the armor. His effective HP is Ember literally tickles. Unless he gets him with cleave damage, and it ignores the armor.
Yeah, they're not going to contest this tier 2 at all. But Justin has sort of lost his way this game, seems like. They all have too much HP for him to kill. Let's kill like the AA, could probably kill Vayne. That's kind of where the list ends.
Yeah, this to me is showing the versatility of Cloud9, that they're able to adjust their draft, go for more of like a heavy push style, and completely change it up from the classic,
Aegis
farm
just went out.
Oh, they're going in. Charge onto 3. Bleak.
No.
Good initiation there. Demon with the follow-up. The back wall comes through. Cutting off the path of retreat. And then all of a sudden, the global is deployed, but Cloud9 BKBing through it. The big initial burst now over. And I don't know if
just
they have
don't
the
have enough
follow-up.
damage to kill
Wow,
Brax.
next on the list. He's caught
So
out.
much
Will go
damage.
down. They're going to buy back on the Spirit Breaker. They need more out of this. 3 down already. 1 buying back. Could be dying a second time as Brax almost finishes off Justin. Barely able to retreat. The bear now with the solar crest on it, along with the mech armor, sitting at 38 armor.
AC so strong. Oh my god, these towers are falling
Now
so
down
quickly.
to 36. Oh, back up to 36 again. This is a
There's
second
just-
lane of
I think
Brax.
there's just no way that HCWP can ever actually kill those cores.
We've got so much HP right
They
now.
have
It's
an
ridiculous.
unbelievable amount of HP and a ridiculous amount of armor. And they don't have enough magic burst damage to kill them.
Do you think that it was the bear being able to pick up that Radiance Midas so easily? Oh god.
I think when they were ganking the DK, they should have been ganking Red Suit.
All right, they got the bear once. It's a great start here.
have the resummon. Haven't opted to use it yet. Oh, the turnaround could happen here.
There's a BKB on Brax in 4 seconds, but not ready just yet. Quap ult. Good lockdown. Can Brax even BKB and get out of here? No, he didn't BKB first. Brax gonna pay. Everybody
No buyback.
a little nervous, but all the lanes are pushed, so don't. As long as Cloud9 just chill, don't. He doesn't have buyback anyway. They don't need to buy back on anyone.
No, they're in
Probably
a good
not.
spot.
It's too pushed in.
So Void Boys won 2-0. Are they out of the running already? I think
Yeah, they were
I
last
think so.
place.
Yeah. That
No.
means
That second
that
game was
means
irrelevant.
nothing if Cloud9 win this.
Yeah, the second game was irrelevant
Definitely.
because of the way the point system works.
All right,
Do you like the point system?
No, it's garbage.
So I looked it up. Never has a Dragonite built Bloodstone or Octarine. Very wrong.
I really hate to break it to you, but
So looking forward to it. Wonderful.
That's the
Awesome.
beauty of Dat Dodo, man.
I mean, there's no way that this group system is the best way to do this. I think you invite 2 less teams and do like a double in bracket.
I
Haas said that.
really
That's
like
better.
GSL groups. I'm a huge fan
GSL
of
groups are good.
yeah, which is basically what you're saying, a double win.
So
The
Vanguard-
reason why they do the round robin, I guess, is so that everyone plays everyone, because that's always something you'll hear like Eternal Envy complain about all the time. If a tournament ever is a group system where not everyone plays everyone, and he's not the only one. There's a lot of other pro players who do. He's just one of the more outspoken ones, and will even say it publicly. So I can see where that's the reason for the group system, but the trade-offs to me, I don't buy the whole 2-0 getting a 2-0 means you're more consistent, because then you also lose 0-2 to a team that other teams have tied, right? If you end up in the tiebreaker situation or something that should have been. So
I think that every tournament structure has, pluses and minuses, and I guess it depends.
There is
upon
no perfect system. That's clear. Like no matter what the system is. Oh, Justin.
He missed the creep.
He missed the creep. Perhaps a microcosm of this game for HCWP. Everyone's always going to have, like, there will always be people complaining, fans, players, even casters, and just
look at how much HP that Dragon Knight has. I don't think that High Council can win this game in the next. I don't think they can win a fight in the next 5 minutes.
I don't think they could kill him.
He's too tanky.
If Ember had a Daedalus and a Rapier, I think.
Maybe.
But these items.
I think if the game goes another like 10 to 15 minutes, High Council out.
The best part about having
a chance of winning.
The best part about having the armlet heart is you can just always leave the armlet on.
Right.
It's fun.
That's pretty awesome.
HP.
No big deal.
Hasn't used his ulti yet.
I've been working out.
Yeah, he's tanky as all heck. So Dragon Knight form, it's just gonna go crazy. They're looking like they might be ready for this, but I guess they can wait a little bit longer for this next Roche. Want to ensure their victory.
Yeah, you make sure you close out this game properly if you're Cloud9. Discipline is essential here.
Because this game is definitely still throwable. I mean, if they lose, if they like get wiped, if
it's
they
a
like
10k gold lead against an Ember, Silencer, Darkseer, you 100% can still throw this game if you're Cloud9.
Well, Daedalus is done.
And
that's more damage.
At some point, Lone Druid really does fall off. The bear becomes very killable.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Is the bear, you can just kill the bear.
You imagine Ember with a Daedalus and MKB, and I don't even think he necessarily needs the Rapier. That's enough to just slight the bear down very quickly.
Yeah, and the bear is the main source of all that damage right now. Lone Druid doesn't really have anything on his own, and he will be able to pick those up eventually.
Dragon Knight has a decent amount of damage at this point in the game.
Yeah, he does.
If he gets I think he goes Daedalus or MKB as well.
Yeah, I think it's time for
the
him
Bane
to
Crimson Guard.
Oh, that's
classic.
a good item.
That's amazing versus Ember.
That's really good versus Ember.
That's really
smart
solid.
pickups here from Cloud9.
Alan gonna be able to beat down Roche now.
Remnant in the pit.
Mason has the Lincoln Sphere, but he gets popped. Now they charge onto SVG, trying to engage. Where's that global silence? It comes out too late. It comes way too late after they've already lost 2 heroes. No buybacks in either. Forget about Roche. Cloud9.
They're ready.
Well, they may not realize there's no buybacks. They'll clean up Fogged as well, and then they'll go back to the pit, it looks like.
Dragon
I don't
Knight
get why
so
Mason was
scary.
up in front like that with no remnant behind him and no backup.
Well, when they decide to go in, Fogged needs to just global. Yeah, there's some heroes with BKBs, but you can't let their whole team cast all their spells, especially not the Ice Blast. It's just been killing them every fight.
Yeah, it's been really impressive.
I feel like watching this game that there's some real miscommunication with HCWP. They do not seem to be on the same page. Like, I'm saying Fogg should have global sooner, but I'm not saying, oh, it's his fault, because he may not have expected the team to go in. You really don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this game is basically over now, I think.
Yeah. The
very
dragon
unlikely.
is in deep.
Wanting to play it out the rest of the way. Perfectly fine.
I have not seen a bear this farmed in a while.
He's very
Ritsu just got super farmed and way too much HP on his main hero.
Now they find Justin. Ice Blast again doing work here from 1437. Who needs an Aghanims? 2 more kills grabbed, and this is the end for the High Council. They will not advance to the playoffs. There will be no tiebreakers. It will be Cloud9, who barely skate by, though. 1 more loss here. And they could have been eliminated.
Pretty much went the way that everyone thought, except Elite Wolves just beat everyone.
Yeah.
But if you moved Elite Wolves down, everything, like the actual order that this group went in is pretty much what everyone expected. But Elite Wolves just a couple 2-0s and they're way at the top of the group. It's the beauty of this format.
Yeah, making it work. And I wonder if part of that as well is that you end up sort of preparing really heavily for a team like Cloud9 or something, and then one of these other teams that's up and coming and not a ton of people know about it is able to squeak through. You don't prepare for them right. They end up winning the first game, have the momentum, and take the second game afterwards as well.
I think Elite Wolves just played a style which is really good against a lot of the teams in the group. They applied a lot of pressure, tons of pickoffs.
They're to me, they have the best fight execution of any of the teams in the Americas. Meaning, like, when it kind of reminds me of, like, who's a good... Vici Gaming is a great example of a team that just executes fights really well. CDEC and LGD also did.
And from Europe, probably I'd say Empire was the team that was the most impressive in that regard. So, well, the old Empire when they were doing really well before TI5. So, I think that's where Elite Wolves shine. For me, Cloud9, very strong in terms of drafting and just overall strategy.
I think they're very beatable though.
Yeah, they definitely don't look invincible.
Yeah, they have a lot of communication issues. It looks like, but their drafts seem to be very strong.
I would not be surprised. You guys suggested after game 1 to see the Theban A either banned
or
block picked or counter picked somehow in future matches.
I would agree.
So I guess if we have them ready, no, we don't have them ready yet, but we can look at Wikipedia here in the meantime.
So it's first place.
The question that I think is on most people's minds who've been following the qualifier is, can anyone beat either this team or Elite Wolves from Group B? So it's what, Digital Chaos and Leviathan already through?
Yeah. Well,